Okay, y'all. So I decided that this summer is going to be about me and myself and yeah, my healing girl phase. So yeah, that's what we're doing. Also, in the meantime, though, like I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna build my roster back up. Um, yeah. So I downloaded my dating apps, and we all know like I had no luck with Tinder. I downloaded it anyways, but so I tried Bumble. And I actually like it. With Bumble, you have to be the girl makes the first move, which is totally fine with me. Like I figured maybe it'll help me filter out the weirdos. Yeah, no. So there was this guy on there. I get we're trying to know each other, right? Like I get it. But he sends me like 8 long ass fucking paragraphs, and then the last one was like, "Oh, sorry for the long messages and so many questions." And I'm like, "Okay, cool, yeah, I get it." So I responded to everything, and he fucking does it again. And I'm like, bro, like, I didn't even read the second batch of 50 questions because I'm like, seriously, like, it is not that deep. Like, isn't that why you meet up with somebody to see, like, we're supposed to meet up and then talk about what? Because you've already asked me my whole goddamn life story at that point. So, besides that, though, I don't even think you would consider that weird. It was just a lot. I actually am gonna go on my first date tonight with somebody, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I'm actually thinking about like taking you guys with me. Why I go on these dates and let you guys can pick them for me, because clearly I don't do a good job in picking men.
Yo, what is going on, guys? I hope you are all doing well. So on today's episode, we are going to be discussing women over the age of 30 being quite desperate in dating. So we're going to be kicking it off with a clip from this woman right here, guys, who, she hasn't been successful. She doesn't know how to pick men. She is on her healing journey, I believe she said, and she's also looking to start up her roster of men again. Okay, so if you guys are unfamiliar with what a roster is, basically it's just, a bunch of men that you see at the same time. Okay, so dudes, when they have a roster, they see a bunch of women. When women, typically, assuming they're heterosexual, they have a roster of dudes. So this woman's strategy is to date a whole bunch of men at the same time. And of course, guys, what man doesn't want to take a woman seriously who does this? But guys, before we jump into today's episode, don't forget to come and join us over on Locals, guys. Locals is totally free to join. If you're interested in supporting the channel, you can do that as well over there. But if you guys don't like watching on YouTube, I don't blame you. Make sure that you come and join us over there. There's a bunch of episodes and whatnot over there as well. So without further ado, let's just jump right into today's first clip. Guys, don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments.
Okay, y'all. So I decided that this summer is going to be about me and myself, and yeah.
So red flag number one, guys, is women who sit here and they say things like, well, it's time to take some me time, some myself time, okay? Because, like, while it's good to, go out there and have your, work on yourself, etc., I'm not against working for yourself, okay? But these, working on yourself, excuse me, but these girls who are 30 plus years of age, if they are single, chances are the reason why they are single is because they only think about themselves. If women want to get into a serious, committed relationship and have a successful family, they can easily do that by the time they are 30 years old. What prevents women from doing this is actually being incredibly narcissistic and only considering themselves. So it's kind of like a red flag when you see girls this age start to say things like, I'm taking time for myself, because they've been taking time for themselves the whole time. That's why she's 30 plus years of age and single.
My healing girl phase.
Red flag number two, I believe she said healing phase there. So we've been through a bunch of bad boys, and obviously our ability to select men is absolutely terrible. So we date dudes who are not interested in committing to us, and we are hurt by this, so we need to go through a healing phase.
So yeah, that's what we're doing. Also, in the meantime, though, like, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna do me, and I'm gonna build my roster back up.
Okay, so a few things here. She wants to build a roster, number one. Now, guys, I believe in a free world, okay? You can do what you want, but if your plan is to build a roster and this is your plan to not be single, it is a terrible idea. Okay, because no self-respecting man wants to get with a woman in any serious capacity who sees multiple men at the same time. You might collect simps, you might collect dudes who have no self-respect, but you're not going to collect the guy that you're not going to be able to get a long-term relationship with the man that you want if you are seeing multiple dudes at the same time. And the problem is, guys, this is like a mark against women's name, okay? Because if you've done this before, your future husband doesn't even want to be your husband. Hell, there are a lot less guys looking at getting married these days, but you see my point, guys. Why would you wife up a girl, or why would you have a long-term relationship with a woman who was previously seeing 5 dudes at the same time? That's not wife material. That's, you know, for the streets material. So that's number one. Number two, she said that she has a roster before. So we're just going and doing the same exact same thing that landed us in the position of being 30 plus years of age and single in the first place.
Yeah, so I downloaded my dating apps, and we all know, like, I had no luck with Tinder. I downloaded it anyways, but
yeah, so this woman just like proves my point one at a time. This is what I say, guys, when girls jump on TikTok and they say, I'm done with dating applications. I always say that they're not done with the dating applications. They will be back. Okay? Because that's how they get the free, you know, the validation, the attention. Okay? You know, these women who say that they're done with dating apps, they say that they're done with the bad boys. They're never done, guys. They always come back to these things.
like, I had no luck with Tinder. I downloaded it anyways, but so I tried Bumble, and I actually like it. With Bumble, you have to be the girl makes the first move, which is totally fine with me. Like, I figured maybe it'll help me filter out the weirdos. Yeah, no. So there was this guy on there. I get we're trying to know each other, right? Like, I get it. But he sends me like 8 long ass fucking paragraphs, and then the last one was like, oh, sorry for the long messages and so many questions. And I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, I get it.
I'll say this again, guys, but my suggestion is, as a man, I don't care if you're dating or if you're not, you should probably have better things to do in your life than to sit there and text women walls of text. Okay, that's just my personal belief, guys. Like, I'm not interested in sitting here asking a woman her life story over text. You couldn't pay me money to do that. It's a complete and utter waste of time. There are so many things that you could be doing. It's funny, right? Because men get lied to. Men get told, hey, just sit there and text a woman and ask her how her day's going and get to know her as a person and blah, blah, blah. And dudes do all of this texting, all of this chatting. Number one, wasting their own time. But number two, women don't appreciate it anyway. Like, it's just a complete and utter waste of time, you know, of men's time, in my opinion, guys. And a lot of women, they actually use you in this capacity for free attention. That, you know, they might not necessarily want to meet up with you or do anything, but she will happily sit there and, you know, take hours of your time texting her if you're silly enough to do it. I don't think that dudes, my personal opinion, guys, you can do whatever the hell you want, but my personal opinion is that men shouldn't be spending, you know, wasting time texting girls. I just think it's a complete and utter waste of time.
So I responded to everything, and he fucking does it again. And I'm like, bro, like, I didn't even read the second batch of 50 questions because I'm like, seriously, like, it is not that deep. Like, isn't that why you meet up with somebody, to see like we're supposed to meet up and then talk about what? Because you've already asked me my whole goddamn life story at that point. So besides that, though, I don't even think you would consider that weird. It was just a lot. I actually am gonna go on my first date tonight with somebody, so we'll see how that goes.
again, so this is a girl who's building a roster, guys, like literally in her own words. I'm not even saying this. This woman literally has come out at the beginning of this video and said that the purpose of her out here dating right now is to have fun and build a roster. So my question is, right, why should a man date you? For the life of me, guys, I don't know why these men take these women on these dates. I personally think it's just a very silly idea. Like, to me, guys, women are not, you know, these women who jump on TikTok and do this kind of crap, they're not deserving of dates. They really aren't. They're not deserving of a dude's time and attention. Okay, these are girls who basically, they put themselves into the box of being for fun only, even if, you know, if a dude does decide to spend time with her. I don't know why men are taking these women out on dinner dates. I don't know why they're texting them a whole bunch. It just seems incredibly silly to me, guys, because this is a girl who is not relationship material by her own admission, guys. Like, she, at the beginning of the video, she said, you know, basically she's been through a bunch of bad boys. She's had her quote unquote terrible experiences. She had a roster in the past. She's trying to develop another one, and men are silly enough to take her out on a date. I, for the life of me, guys, don't understand sometimes. Like, I really don't.
But yeah, I'm actually thinking about like taking you guys with me. Why I go on these dates and let you guys can pick them for me, because
no. And if your audience is a bunch of women who are in the same position as you, they're not going to be able to help you, because they're just going to do the same things that you do. But guys, can you imagine, right? You're a man and you go on a date with this woman and she decides to bring along her little TikTok audience to judge you. Like, what happens, guys, to private lives being private? I don't understand why every second woman on this application has to be talking about her dating life, sharing all of her intimate stories, taking her audience out on the dates with her, allowing her audience to select the men, even if one of the girls in her audience actually gave her the correct advice, she wouldn't listen anyway. Like, guys, it's really weird to me how they don't understand that this is actually something that's quite repulsive to a lot of men. You know, like, why would a guy go on a date with you knowing that you're just going to sit there and record it, or you're going to judge everything that he says and then go away and talk to your TikTok audience about it? Like, there's no respect for the other person. I think that's what it really comes down to, guys. Like, men go where they are respected. Okay, and posting your relationship crap all over TikTok is not respectful of anyone you're with. Even if, like, nothing weird's going on or the guy is completely normal, if he's a normal dude, chances are he doesn't want his life all over the internet for people to see, specifically his romantic life as well.
Clearly, I don't do a good job in picking men. So nope. I'm thinking to bring you guys with me, and we can all go on these dates together.
I couldn't think of anything worse to do with my time.
What do you think? You guys want to go tonight? Let me know.
Absolutely not. So that's the end of the video there, guys. Let's continue. We have a few more here lined up today of women over 30 attempting to date. So let's jump into it.
Red flag number 4 when dating men. If the guy you like doesn't have a purpose and just kind of sits around and doesn't, like, isn't a 9 to 5 and doesn't really have a goal or doesn't have anything he's working towards, it's not for you, honey. In order for men to hone in on their masculine energy, which is so important, they have to have goals. They have to be striving towards something. And if he's not, then honestly, like, you're going to end up having to take over and be his mommy for him. And that is exhausting. So pass, hard pass.
Here's the thing, guys, right? I agree. Here's the thing. I agree with her, but I won't listen to her. And let me explain why, okay? I agree with this woman. I think that purpose is very important for men, okay? If you're a man and you're watching this right now, and maybe you're struggling with your mental health or something like that, one of the easiest ways to fix it is to have a goal. You know, a gym is a very great place to start. Like, guys, if I was in a terrible mood, you know, if I had, you know, mental issues and stuff like this, the first thing I would be doing would be going and getting in physical shape, going straight to the gym and creating goals for myself. Okay, so I totally understand what she's saying when she says this. But the reason why I don't like videos like this is because, number one, she's really making it in an effort to consider herself, right? So she's going, oh, men need to do this, right? But she's not saying it because she cares. She's saying it because she wants a man who has goals, by extension money and stuff like this. She's not actually saying this because she cares about men. And also, I just think it's a terrible idea to take dating advice off of TikTok. I mean, you know, masculine and feminine advice, whatever you want to call it, off of coaches on TikTok, guys. But that's just my personal opinion. Let's continue to the next one.
Good people always finish last. Good people put their best foot forward and they give it all they have. Just
Do they also just put crocodile tears all over TikTok? Genuine question.
and I have determined that I'm that girl. I'm the girl that guys meet with at their lowest, and I help build them up. I show them what they deserve, and then they go find it somewhere else. And I know sometimes it's me, sometimes it's not me, but it sucks. I'm tired of finishing things.
Guys, I don't feel like when I watch these clips, it gets to the point now where, like, I just don't care. Straight up, I really don't. So let me just break this down. You have a girl here who is trying to lock down men out of her league. Okay, and this is the thing, guys, is like, these women get so shocked and upset when the man who has a whole bunch of options doesn't want to commit to her. Okay? Like, the problem that a lot of women have when they date, guys, is dating is not hard for them. I just want to clarify this from the outset. Dating is really not hard for women, okay? And what a lot of them do is they go out here and they choose dudes who are above them, whether that be, you know, in a combination of looks, money, status. I guess you could break it down that way if you wanted to. But typically looks first and foremost, status and money following that. And then they're shocked when the dude who has a whole bunch of options doesn't want to settle down and have a relationship with her. And guys, this is something for anyone with common sense. Like, anyone with common sense can understand this from a mile away. Okay, so if you were this woman's father and you were sizing up her dating options, chances are you could choose them out very easily. You know, this guy is not going to take you seriously. This guy is going to be good for you, blah, blah, blah. You could size them up all simply if you had some common sense. But these girls, they're like, man, I just can't seem to get a man to commit to me. Any reason, guys, the reason why these women are single is because they think they are deserving of more than they actually are. That's the truth of it. But let's continue on to the next clip. Let me find where it starts here. I think it's this one. There we go.
Be considered controversial, but your time is a lot more valuable than a man's time. And the reason I say that is because I'm just borrowing their own logic. They're going to tell you that you're not valuable after 35. Okay? They're going to tell you that you only have a certain number of years where you're in your prime. Okay, being that your time then is limited and it's scarce, that means that your time is going to be more valuable than theirs because they have no limitation. And you're spending your youth, your prime, trying to be what? Independent? Trying to be the girl that splits bills? When they're gonna turn around and tell you you're not valuable after a certain age? Are you fucking stupid?
I love how we somehow took this to this direction, right? You know what I mean? Like, you can say to a girl, hey, dating is going to be more difficult for you after 35. And then she's like, well, all of the more reason not to split the bill. Like, how did you come to that conclusion? You see what I'm saying, guys? It's like we've gone down the rabbit hole of victimhood. It's like, oh crap, I'm a victim. Better double down on it, even if it doesn't logically make any coherent sense. You know? It's like, girls like this are so damn lost, man. They're so incredibly masculine as well. Like, here's the thing. If you come across a guy who's successful and he has some money, chances are he's probably, if he's going to take you out on a date, he probably doesn't care about paying for you. He's probably going to do it. But here's the thing. If you want to sit there and demand that men pay for you, hell no. Absolutely not. Okay? Because it's kind of like, you know, it puts men off the entitlement that these women display. You know, like especially as they get older. If you want to say, oh, I'm 35 plus years of age, and here are all of the things that I demand from men, It's like, even if the man was going to give those things to you, the fact that you demand it and that you're so incredibly entitled is incredibly off-putting to dudes who respect themselves.
Like, what logic are you operating off of?
What logic are you operating off of? Like, what? What on earth is going on with these videos, man?
Oh, his time is just as valuable as mine. No, it's not, because he could continue dating up until the age of 60 and no one's gonna tell him that he's not worth shit, so long as he has money.
I just want to make this clear as well. Even if a girl gets past the age of 35, she's still going to have more options than basically every man, excluding celebrities. And even then, some celebrities not as much options. So like, she still doesn't even understand what the hell is going on, because a guy can work on himself and become, you know, quite attractive at 35. You know, he's hitting the gym, got his money up, all this kind of crap. But a girl who's 35 years of age is still going to have more options than him simply because she's a woman. Like, she doesn't even understand what she's talking about.
If he has money, there are no limitations ever placed on him. But for you, there is. You could be the baddest, richest 40-year-old. You know what they're going to say to you? Well, she's 40.
She's still going to have more options than men, by the way.
They're going to throw your age in your face. So throw their brokenness in theirs.
Man, I wonder why this woman is single over the age of 30, guys. You know, if you guys have any comments, perhaps you could let me know, because it's just completely flying over my head. It's like, girls like this are so damn lost, man. They don't understand that the things that make them attractive to men are the complete opposite to how they're behaving. Like, if you were going to sit there as a woman, right, and take dating advice from this woman, you're better off doing the complete opposite and acting the complete opposite to how she acts. Like, you are going to have so much more success with men. Men are not complicated. Men go where they are respected. And this girl is just incredibly disrespectful. She's incredibly disingenuous. She's incredibly self-entitled. And then, you know, she's trying to jump on here and give dating advice. It's actually really bad dating advice for women. Like, the girls who jump on TikTok and they see women talking like this, these girls are actually doing a very large disservice to other women. Like, if you were a girl and you were to sit here and to take a dating advice from this woman, you would be going down the wrong path. Absolutely. Like, they just lead more women astray. It's really quite sad.
I was at home for the holidays recently catching up with my girlfriends when one of them said to me, Katie, have you heard about the 80-20 rule? And I said, what's that? She said to me, the 80-20 rule is what happens when you're dating someone and this person has 80% of all the qualities that you've been looking for. But there's maybe that 20% that is kind of missing that you're really curious about to see if you might find in someone else. Also, this is like a very normal thing because not everyone can have 100% of the qualities that you're looking for. But
it's a very normal quality for women. It's not a normal quality for men. You see, guys, this is the difference, okay? Men don't have a lot of demands. Like, we really do not. Just be someone who's pleasant, who doesn't eat a ridiculous amount of McDonald's, and you're basically there. Like, you don't be a pain in the ass for the man, and you set yourself miles apart from many other women that you are competing with to try and get your guy. Women, on the other hand, they can have a dude who earns millions of dollars, who's jacked, who's 6'1", okay? But if there's a billionaire that comes along who's 6'2", she's going to go with him. This is not a normal thing for men, guys. Like, I just really want to stress this, okay? Girls can have almost everything that they want out of a man. Hell, I'll even go a step further, guys. Women can have the perfect man, but they will still trade him up if there's a more perfect man. Okay, it does not function the same way for men. Men are very easy to please, and this is why, guys, I don't have sympathy for these women when they get replaced by dudes. Because here's the thing, if you want to sit there and replace your man just because one slightly better comes along, I don't care if your man does the same thing to you. I simply do not, because you're doing the same thing to him. If you're dating a guy and some woman, you know, who's more attractive comes along and he gets with her and ditches you and you want to cry about it on TikTok, don't care. That's just a taste of your own medicine as far as I'm concerned.
But when you're in this like 80-20 situation, you might feel like you're sort of at a crossroads and you might want to take that risk and see if you can try and find that 20% to get to the 100% that you're looking for. But
absolutely disgusting. This is like narcissism in a nutshell. Always need to be looking for the bigger and better deal. Okay, you deserve more, queen. You can always find a guy who's better. And then all of a sudden we're 30 plus years of age and any man that we actually really want don't want us at all.
But is it really worth the risk? It's probably not, because you don't know what that next person is going to have. And what if that next person has that 20% that you were missing, but then they end up missing 80% of what you were looking for before? All that just...
Then two things are in order. Number one, you are very bad at judging this one is like, guys, think about this logic for a second, okay? And this is going to be mind-bending because it's stupid. But so she just said, if you ditch a man who's 80% of what you want, but 20% not, for a guy who has that 20%, then the guy who has the 20% might not have the 80%. Yeah, this would be the case if your IQ is just very low. like if you can't notice that the second dude is missing the original 80%, I'm just going to assume that you're stupid. Like, I don't mean that in a derogatory way, guys. Like, I really don't. I'm just going to assume that you're blind or something, that you don't know reality from non-reality. Because that is craziness.
I'm going to relate this to recruiting really quickly, but when you're looking for a job as a candidate, you may make a list of must-haves and nice-to-haves. You may make a similar list like this for your future partner as well. But the
yeah, great idea, guys. Must-haves. Let's draw our lists of what men must have for us. Okay.
80% is like your must-haves and the 20% is your nice-to-haves. And this is a reminder that you may not get to your 100%, but 80% is pretty good. So that's something to celebrate as well.
Absolutely disgusting. Guys, that is the end of today's video. As always, remember to leave your thoughts and your comments. Why do you guys think these 30-plus-year-old women are struggling at dating? Let us know in the comments box below. And also, guys, don't forget to come and join us over on Locals. If you're not a fan of YouTube, or if you want to become a supporter and get access to extra content over there and you want to support the channel, make sure you check us out. The link is going to be pinned in the top comment and the description as well. But guys, we're going to be leaving it there. Make sure that you guys take care of yourselves, and I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Peace.